I'm in Wembley, a very modern area here in North London, which is basically famous for one thing and one thing only, and that is the iconic Wembley Stadium. So this morning I kind of just want to have a look around the Wembley area and see what else it has to offer other than just the stadium, because realistically that's what you're going to think of when I say Wembley, isn't it? So I've just done that intro in this really nice square here, and we've got this huge library, or what they're calling a civic centre, which I think is just an area where anyone can go and read or study, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And if we go around here, we've got loads and loads of flats. There must be at least 1,000 flats just in that one shot there. And there is the iconic Wembley Stadium. Or, well, I mean, you can see the arch thing around it. Does anyone know what that huge arch thing that goes over the stadium is? Because I think it's just decorative. But I don't even know. I know lots of stadiums have mini versions, but this one's just extreme. So I suppose we'll have a look at the stadium to start with. We've got one of these huge, unnecessarily large staircases with all their sponsors and stuff on there. Or is it sponsors? I don't know. Oasis stuff, I guess, because I think they've just moved on from Wembley, luckily, before I got here. There's the stadium. I think it's the largest in the UK. It would make sense if it is. And I've said iconic about 5 times already in this video. I think it's probably the most iconic stadium in the UK as well. I've got a nice view over all these flat blocks here. Believe it or not, the average rent there is 3k a month. They are nice flats and all that, but still, they look tiny. And they've got balconies. I mean, obviously, if I want to live in London, I'm going to have to pay London rent. But still, that's crazy. And I'm not entirely sure, but I'm guessing the flats facing the stadium are significantly more expensive than the ones facing away from the stadium. And when you think about it, they would have got all the Oasis concerts for free. I mean, it's not the full experience, but you get to hear it all for free. Welcome to Wembley. And you see what I mean? It says welcome to Wembley, not welcome to Wembley Stadium, which means the word of Wembley is associated with the stadium enough to not have to say stadium. And I don't want to end up accidentally walking into the stadium. Yeah, I think I can go this way. I've seen plenty of runners come down from here, so I should be all right. There's a staircase there. I think I have to go down there to get onto the street. But there's a famous person statue over here, so I'll have a look at that first. So this is Bobby Moore, and obviously he's a footballer, but he must be very important to be in front of Wembley like that. I'm assuming he maybe was a manager as well or something. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you do. Even more flats here. I think surely the more flats you build, the cheaper they should get, right? Or is it like they're getting more expensive, so we need to build more, otherwise the prices would go up, which essentially means the rent stays the same. I don't know. There is another cool thing to look at here though. Look at this. So this is the road that you walk up to get to Wembley Stadium from Wembley Park Station, and it's meant to be like a really cool view from there, but actually it looks pretty cool from down here. And look at that thing as well, you can walk on that, so I think we should get down there. I'm realising that I might be spending a little bit too much time around the stadium, but trust me, there is more interesting stuff here that we will see. There's an entire outlet shopping centre, loads of hotels and stuff, a different arena which is right here. This is the OVO Arena or something like that. Yeah, OVO Arena, Wembley. And it does look a little bit dated, but I'm pretty sure it's really cool on the inside. Hopefully, as of the time this was uploaded, last week's video should have been filmed in Hampstead Heath. The reason I say that is because I don't know how well it went. I filmed it yesterday, and I think it was okay, but I'm not quite sure if I got it all right, and it would have been very short if it did end up getting uploaded. So I said in that video I would make up for it with this one, and that is why I got up really early, and my point is I haven't had any breakfast yet, so I need to go and find somewhere to do that. I'm not like crazy hungry, I'm not starving, but I think if I leave it too long, this video isn't going to be very fun for either of us. And here's that weird floor thing. What is it? Is it like glass? And I'm guessing this is glass here, but I don't know. Oh, maybe it lights up. I don't know. That's the thing about exploring areas like this in the early morning. You don't see half of what's kind of available in terms of the aesthetics, because nothing's ever going on. But this is a pretty nice shot here. Over the, I keep wanting to call it the Mall, because that's what it's like at Buckingham Palace, but I guess this is Wembley Park Road or something, I don't know. But yeah, look at all these flats. I need to shut up about the flats, but I know this video is kind of about that. I think we should go down there, back towards the square where we started, and we can have a look at the library. So that's the end of the long straight Wembley Road thingy, and there's the stadium there. I think the place where I want to eat breakfast is along there somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick circle around here. We can get back there and then I'll have some breakfast and we'll carry on filming. Let's have a look inside the library, or the Brent Civic Center, whatever it is. I think it's just open to the public. I mean, there's people in there now, so I'm guessing it is. Right, here we go. I think I should be a little bit quiet. We're not actually in the library bit. I'm in Brent Civic Center, which I still think is just an area where you can come and sit and eat and read or do something on your laptop or whatever. But the actual library's downstairs. I don't think it opens until 10:30, and it didn't look very good anyway. I mean, if you have been in there, let me know your experience in the comments. I don't want to be spreading false information, but yeah, it is really cool in here. I know you just saw, but look at that. I said it was a modern area at the beginning of the video. This is basically what I was referring to. Right, I think we should go somewhere else now, and then we'll go and have some breakfast after that. Or we should go and have breakfast now. I don't know. And there's the Wembley arch thing on the way down the escalator. Cool, and that's where I started the video, and that building there outside is the arena. I am gonna go for a walk down, let me show you, down here. I did it yesterday evening, but I couldn't really see as much as I can now. And there's some other interesting flat blocks, and it takes us around to the shopping centre, which I think you should definitely see because it is quite a big part of Wembley. I think it is that point in the video now where I do have to very quickly say that if you'd like to support the channel with a little bit of spare money you have, you can of course donate to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is linked in the pinned comment. If you don't have any money, that's absolutely fine as well. You can also support the channel by liking, subscribing and even commenting. I really appreciate that as well. And just so you know, all the donations go straight back into the channel through food, train tickets, equipment, all that kind of thing. And it does genuinely keep the channel going. If I didn't have the people donating, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd just be in my bedroom doing nothing during the summer holidays. This one's quite strange because you can see it was built in the 80s or 90s, but it reminds me a lot of some of the buildings that were in the area of Italy I went to. I don't know what it is about it just does. It's probably because it's rounded and all the other ones are like sharp edges and all that stuff. And what's interesting is over here we have some older red brick buildings. So these are probably going to be the older buildings in Wembley. Well, obviously they are, but they look kind of Victorian. So there was something around here before the stadium. I suppose you could kind of compare Stratford to Wembley because of the stadiums and the sports history and stuff. That's reminded me. The walk up to Wembley Stadium isn't like Wembley Road or the Mile or whatever. It's actually called the Olympic Street or something like that. I can't quite remember. But back to Stratford. Stratford's currently being developed since the Olympics, but Wembley's kind of already been developed. I don't know when the stadium was built, but I know it's a little bit older than me, I think. It looks very new though, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was finished in, 2010 kind of time. Right, we're going to go in here because this is the London Designer Outlet. There are probably other designer outlets in London, but this one's called the London Designer Outlet, so it's the London Designer Outlet. I've been in here both nights I've been here, and it's very, very lively in the evenings. Well, when the weather's good at least. And yeah, let me just show you some of the shops they've got. So I know it's not that surprising because it is London. We've got Adidas there, and if we come down here, North Face, New Balance, Crocs, Vans, and all sorts. And upstairs there's all sorts of food as well. And there's loads of other shops outside as well. There's an Amazon Fresh there, which is basically Amazon's supermarket. And what you have to do is you tap your card to get in, and it charges you like £1 or something. And you pick up what you want, and you just leave, and it charges you later on that day. So it's a bit, dystopian, if you know what I mean. But it's not like it's extortion or anything. And if you ask me, I think it's pretty cool. And if I just flip the camera around, that is my hotel. And I didn't pay for that, you did. All the people who donated to the channel. I've been saving up and I could afford to pay for 2 nights in there. It costs like £300 or something. It's pretty expensive, but it had a pool and all that stuff. And it's kind of football themed. Like there's football stuff everywhere, but it's also, other stuff. There's basketball, American football. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but it's a nice hotel. I'd recommend it. It's our 3rd time going into the square now, so I might want to avoid it from now. But you can see they've turned the water feature thingy on. I better not go anywhere near that with my camera, but 2 days ago I managed to walk across it without getting wet, which I think was quite impressive if you ask me. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk down the Olympic Way straight road thingy, whatever it is. I'm going to go and get some breakfast because I'm actually getting really hungry now. See, the things I do to get you a good video, honestly, I think that deserves a subscribe, or at least a like, or maybe even a donation. I've only just realised how hungry I am. I shouldn't have mentioned it. That block of flats there right in the middle looks particularly impressive. I don't know why, I think it just looks really cool, and they've all got balconies. That's the only thing I'd want. I know it probably increases the price, but if I lived in London, only thing I'd want is a nice view and a balcony. Or one or the other at least. Here we go. This is Olympic Way, to anyone who's confused, because I've called this about 5 different names now, but I can confirm it is called Olympic Way. So I don't know what it means by Olympic, but maybe Wembley had something to do with the Olympics in 2012. I don't really know. And there's the stadium. I feel like we've probably had enough shots of the stadium already, but there it is. It is a really cool stadium, to be fair. And if we look up there, I don't know if they're flats. Oh no, that's an office. Wembley, oh no, it's student accommodation. Cool. That's really nice student accommodation. So I mentioned this in my Stratford video, but before I went on this trip, I really didn't want to live in London at all. But it's completely changed me, just seeing these quieter areas outside of the city, or outside the city centre, if you know what I mean. But I actually really do. I don't know. I think maybe I'll come here when I move out of home, but it's just so convenient. Everything's here. I like all the people. I know everyone's a bit like miserable in London. That's the stereotype at least. But the fact there's people to start with, that's what I like. And yeah, I was thinking about Manchester. Maybe I'll go there first, and then once I've got my feet on the ground in terms of rent prices and stuff, I can move to London. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. This is where I'm having my breakfast, Black Sheep coffee. Once I've finished, I'll carry on filming and let you know what it was like. Right, there we go. I'm all fueled up and ready to carry on filming for a bit. I can actually tell you the Black Sheep coffee was a lot better than I thought it would be. There were lots of different options and their pastries were pretty good. I just wanted to show you this. This is a very useful kind of timeline board which tells you all you need to know about Wembley's kind of evolution. So, a new era. Look at that picture. So that's Wembley Stadium there, having just been built, I presume. And then no flat blocks whatsoever. It's all completely flat. That's this entire area. Wasn't even there just 20 years ago. And if we look down here, that's my hotel, built in 2008, apparently. And this is 2012. Oh, that's quite cool. So my hotel was involved in the Olympic torch or something like that. And speaking of the Olympics, if we come down here, the reason why this is called Olympic Way is because, oh God, where is it? I just saw it, up here. Wembley Park hosts the Olympics in 1948. So that is why this is called Olympic Way. It's nothing to do with the Olympics in 2012, although I presume the torch did actually go down here. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you. I think we should carry on along this way. So this is the end of the Olympic Way here, going under this tunnel, which leads onto this staircase, which goes up to Wembley Park Station, which, by the way, is probably one of my favourite tube stations, I think, after the last few days. It's very nice, and it's actually very convenient as well. That took us straight to Stratford on the Jubilee line yesterday. And more flats. I need to shut up about flats, I think. I think we should go this way now. I've only come about 50 metres down this road from Wembley Park Station, and I'm in the slightly more run-down area, if you know what I mean. I'll just show you. So, we've got some shut-down takeaways over there, and a Betfred, if you know what I mean. That's kind of that area of the, I want to say town, but I know it's not a town. Oh, no, I don't know if it's a town or not. Someone let me know in the comments. But anyway, what I want to do is walk that way, so I can walk at the bottom of all the really tall flat blocks, so I think that would be really cool. Sorry if I wasn't making much sense there. What I meant was we're in the area where we've got the shutdown takeaways and the betting shops and that kind of thing, and I wanted to get away from this because this is kind of the edge of the area I wanted to explore, and what we're going to do is go this way so we can go to the bottom of the flat blocks. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. It's very quiet around here. And that's been quite surprising about London, is how quiet it is in some of these areas. You just walk straight down the road sometimes. This reminds me a lot of Cardiff. I think it's because all these flat blocks were built at a similar time in a similar style. This one's obviously older and I don't think it's flats. Or no, I think it is flats. I wouldn't want to live in there. But then we've got some newer ones there. It's so weird to think that in just 2002 there was nothing here. And I know you might not be able to see it on camera as well, but it's a very big area. There was just what I presume scrapland, or maybe there were lower buildings that they demolished. But I didn't think it was going to be this easy to achieve what I wanted to achieve. Look at that. There's the stadium again. And I'm guessing when you go down there, you get to the more busy area. I think we're... oh yeah, there's the Brent Civic Center. I can't quite figure out exactly where we are. Let me just show you. So that's the Brent Civic Center there. I think maybe we're on the other side of it because the stadium's right ahead. Well, I guess that's our full circle. Maybe we're approaching the point where I have to end the video. I don't know. Let's see what else we can see first, because I've still got time before I've got to check out the hotel. Wow, look at that. Ah, I know where we are. Okay. That's our lovely view of the stadium there. I think I do need to start taking some photos for the thumbnail though, because that's kind of the thing I've forgotten to do. I can see what we've done here. We've come to the Olympic Way at a different angle. So to avoid filming this again, we'll go down this way, because there are some more flats. I said I'd stop talking about flats ages ago. I've obviously failed. Basically, the point of this video is to show you what else Wembley has to offer other than just the stadium. And I tried to do that in Oxford, and I kind of failed a little bit because I ended up just showing you the university, and there wasn't really much else to Oxford other than some museums. But in this case, I think we've done quite well. We haven't been down here yet. This looks quite nice. I'm so glad I've done this, because I was looking at the Wembley kind of area on Google Earth for quite a while before I decided to come on this trip, and I saw lots of really cool stuff, but I didn't expect for it to actually be this easy to explore. But it's very nice and pedestrianised. Look at these flats. They look so cool just in their little cluster over there. And then United Students, so there's more student accommodation around here. I've only just realised I don't even know what the university is. And there's another one around here. Maybe it's University College London, because they had one campus in Stratford. Maybe they've got one around here. And I think that's going to have to be more or less it. I'm going to have to end the video there. I hope this video was nice and long, and more than anything, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because this was a very fun filming experience, and I'd happily do it again. Let's have a little sit down. If you'd like to support the channel with a little bit of spare money you can of course donate to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is linked in the pinned comment. I'm getting very lazy with saying that, I'm missing out letters. If you don't have any money, that's absolutely fine, because you can also support the channel by liking, subscribing and even commenting. I will see you next week. I don't know where yet, because it's another month until I have to think about uploading that video. And yeah, bye-bye.